You just tonight, we have no microphone system. Apparently, there's an issue with that. Welcome to the Cicero regular town board meeting, Wednesday, August 23rd, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. If you look to silence your cell phones, and you know they're left to the rear of the room, you want to the front right. You work, please stand for the flag.
The republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing and remember those who are serving the conflict. Here, to speak on behalf of them, the agenda items. We'll see this in the meeting. If not, we'll start with number 3. Don't feel right.
Approval of abstracts. Move for the adoption of a resolution approving abstracts number 33 of 2023, dated 8/16/2023, and number 34, dated 8/23/2023.
Second. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Will no abstain passed.
Approval of budget modifications and transfers. Move for the adoption of a resolution approving and accepting the budget modifications and transfers as presented.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Will no abstain passed.
Extend the contract with Superior Waste Removal Inc. for the collection and disposal of all refuse, rubbish, garbage, and recycled waste. The contract with Superior Waste Removal Inc. will be expiring on December 31st, 2023. For the collection and disposal of all refuse, rubbish, garbage, and recycled waste. Move the adoption of resolution to exercise the option to extend the contract under the same terms and conditions of the original contract for the first additional 1-year period as allowed in the contract, and authorize the supervisor to execute any necessary documents, thereby extending the contract until December 31st, 2024. Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Will no abstain passed.
Move to the adoption of a resolution to set a public hearing on September 13th, 2023, commencing at 6:30 p.m. local time to consider the application known as Paul Massey for a change in zoning district from agricultural to industrial for property located at 6341 Island Road, tax map number 053.03-01.0 to accommodate contractor equipment storage and business use of the property.
Second. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Will no abstain passed.
Move for the adoption of a resolution to set a public hearing on September 13th, 2023, commencing at 6:30 p.m. local time to consider the application known as CBE North America Inc. for a special use permit for property located at 9155 Rich Road, tax map number 118.02-10.1 to accommodate a proposed Tier 3 solar energy system. The project includes the construction of a 5-megawatt AC photovoltaic power.
Second. Discussion, all in favor? With no abstain passed.
Move for the adoption of a resolution to set a public hearing on September 13th, 2023, commencing at 6:30 p.m. local time to consider the application known as NYCDG Undivided 4 LLC BW Solar Holdings Inc. for a change in zoning district from residential 15 R15 and agricultural AG to commercial solar for the property located at 5728 Crabtree Lane, tax map number 048.05-37.1 to accommodate Tier 3 solar development of the property.
Second. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
No abstain passed.
Move the adoption resolution to set a public hearing on September 13th, 2023, commencing at 6:30 p.m. local time to consider a local law of 2023 increasing the maximum income eligibility limits relative to partial exemption for residents age 65 and over, according to the matrix below. And adding the requirement that the term income shall include distributions received from an individual retirement account or individual retirement annuity that were included in the applicant's federal adjusted gross income. The proposed local law and corresponding income eligibility increase is authorized by the state pursuant to real personal tax section 467, as amended by chapter 488 of the laws of 2022. Do I have to read that matrix, Mr. Jermaine, or no? No, that's it.
Discussion.
This was recommended by the state and county. Went forward.
Okay. The county's already done this as well as several towns. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
No abstain passed.
Set a public hearing to consider repealing local law 23 of 2008, amended chapter 198 taxation in regard to income calculations for senior citizen exemptions and persons with disabilities. Move adoption resolution to set a public hearing on September 13th, 2023, commencing at 6:30 p.m. local time. To consider local law 10 of 2023, repealing local law 2023, or local law 23, excuse me, of 2008. Local law 23 of 2008, amended chapter 190, taxation with regards to income calculations for senior citizen pensions and persons with disabilities. The amendment of chapter 190 of the town code section 19109-2 allowed applicants to deduct all out-of-pocket medication prescription drug expenses from income calculations for the purpose of determining eligibility for partial real property tax exemptions. The proposed local law is to repeal the previous 2008 local law amending chapter 190 as it has been in full for approval. Second, discussion. This again is set forth because of so with the additions of the higher income levels, the prescriptions and disabilities, I think would fall underneath those increases. If I read that correctly.
All in favor? Aye. Vote no or abstain, pass. The adoption resolution authorizing the expenditure of $12,000 to make food improvements at Skyway Park and budget funds from A711045. Parks improvement we had, it would fund from the North Circuit Solar Reserve account. A711045 and second discussion. All in favor? Aye. Vote no or abstain, pass. The adoption resolution to the authorized supervisor to execute fireworks permit and waive non-for-profit the $100 permit fee, now town code chapter 109-1B. The American Fireworks Display LLC to be held on September 9, 2023, after the games at Central Park, 6540 Route 31, Town of Cicero. Sponsor of the show is Cicero Coffee Music Club. All required signatures have been obtained. Second discussion.
I have a question. So we do this quite often for not-for-profits for events. Is this something we should just add in to the existing permit that we have, so we don't have to do this every time? I think you have to do it with our late.
All in favor? Aye. No, abstain. The Town of Cicero invites all interested parties to a public meeting to discuss the urban revitalization. The meeting is scheduled for 6:00 p.m. on September 12th at the Riverton Fire Department, 965 Riverton Road. Updates on the upcoming Route 11 streetscape and bridge replacement projects will be provided. The public meeting will include a review of the Town of Cicero's local waterfront revitalization program, Part P, which is funded by grant of the Environmental Protection Fund Local Waterfront Revitalization Program, EFP, administered by the New York State Department of State. Also, the towns of Cicero and Hastings have teamed up for a downtown revitalization initiative grant opportunity for the hamlet of Brewers. We'll be conducting a joint public engagement session for the DRI application. Come share your thoughts to help us prepare the best application. In addition to beneficial public projects, this grant allows for private sponsors as well. New development and rehabilitation of existing downtown buildings generate economic growth are eligible activities. Please reach out to Kate Pirello, town engineer at katepirello@cicero.gov if you would like more information regarding the grant opportunities or have questions about the meeting. We hope to see you on September 12th at 6:00 p.m. Okay, any other discussion items? Any questions? You want to come up to speak? No, yes.
Just general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention, I didn't go to the last town board meeting, but I watched the video. So, you know, having a new town office and town court. You know, from my standpoint, I think it's long overdue, and I really encourage you to, I don't know what the process would be, set a, some kind of committee, get, you know, residents input. And then maybe do a start the property, hire a consultant, you know, whatever. But I think, you know, I think it would be a good thing for this town to have nicer offices. Thanks. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Tom Snyder, Big 511 Drive. I'll say that I missed the last meeting we had
I understand there was a discussion about the highway garage, and about the tremendous overrun that happened, in the building of that garage. I think I just need to give you, a few things that, on July 7th, 2015, we had an estimated budget of $11,339,144. We, the committee, knew that a $9.5 million bond issue was not going to build our building. And it was set at $9.9 million because a certain individual that was in charge of the board said he was not going to, in fact, place a bond issue for more than $10 million. When we had, our bids were done, we of course were delayed a year. We pushed back construction a year. That caused the steel estimate to be $400,000. The labor issue was about $400,000. The sewer issue was $182,000. Because of Onondaga County Water Authority and their lack of pressure and amount of water in our town, which we got to do something with one of these days. We had to put a fire pump in that cost $44,000. We had to add $50,000 to the generator in order to have a generator big enough to run the fire pump if we needed it. The fuel allowance was $295,000. At that time, we, the committee, asked to have our vehicles, a lot of them that Chris had under his wing, that we go to the gas station to get them filled up. We said that's downright crazy. And right now, at that time, we had an agreement with North Syracuse School, and we were using their diesel and gas and we were reimbursing them. Fuel had about $295,000. I think if you ask anybody that drives the vehicle for the town, they'll tell you that we more than made up by having a fuel station in our town at the highway garage. Those numbers that I just read off was $1,371,000. If any of you remember that you might have been at a board meeting, we then had $700,000 added to the budget for 2 years in a row to cover that $1.4 million. So when we talk about overruns, there was no overrun on the highway garage. There was a misuse of numbers when we went to the people in this town to approve the garage. And so I think that we need to put that separate to bed. And Don Wolf and I know more about that highway garage equal to Chris, who now lives in it, because we dealt with this project for 4 years. We're not defending what we spent because there is no defense. We needed that. If you remember, we started with a highway garage. Let's put a roof on it. $250,000. A garage was 50 years old. Had not enough room for all of our trucks. They had to take the front plow off every truck to put it in the garage. That would mean our workers are out in the cold blowing snow to hook up that plow. Well, I needed to lose one hand and we paid for the whole highway garage. The walls were falling down. Any of you that might have seen it before we tore it down know that it needed to go. We need to be thinking about that same kind of thing when we talk about this facility. 50 years old, some of it needs a new roof. Just go on and on as far as we had to spread out some of our departments, which I don't think necessarily at all is great to have the Parks and Rec be somewhere else. The police department has always been sort of somewhere else, but I think even to have the police department being together would make a lot of sense. And, there might be some sense in having a Parks and Rec worker crew being at the highway, be in a building at the highway block. They won't fit in the current building. But I think we need to think about that and, try not to, Jessica Zambrano was a very unusual person. But she agreed to stop kicking the can down the road. So now Chris has a new highway drive. When he meets his needs, hopefully for a few years more, if we get much bigger, we'll be going for an addition on the highway drive.
Day party, 5980 Sneller Road, Northern New York. I just want to share some information with research that I'm doing on solar farm. And the plan going forward with the state as far as the push, get rid of natural gas. They had it set for 125, they put it back in 26.7. So by 2027, we're gonna meet the goal for this, push. But after that, it's gonna be an extreme struggle. So what you're hearing about with these solar farms where they want to put them in wetlands, it's safe to put them in wetlands and all that stuff. I'm sure everybody recalls what happened on the line in New York. So they had a caught fire, they burned, they squirted water on for 3 days, lithium battery. Where does that water go? We haven't heard anything about the contaminants that went around all that. So as far as I'm concerned, any solar farm that's going to do that going forward with their push. We can do solar and produce energy during the day with sunlight. At nighttime, we can't. So everything that they've done to move forward right now, it's 2027, they'll meet that, is great. But at nighttime, when they need to move more energy, they're not doing it with solar. The push is gonna be, you're gonna see our taxpayer dollars go to this to expand on all these solar farms. They're gonna push for battery backup on all of these solar farms. So all these solar farms that are getting built in wetlands are gonna be pushed for battery backup stations somewhere nearby to support. So I think that's something that you guys should really take into consideration and look deep in the future. And maybe some of your own research to see where it's something where. So I have two near my house now, where I'm Wells, and everybody knows. Now, if they put battery back up there, you have a fire, and you pour water on it for 3 days, put it out, what's gonna happen? And I don't think they should go about that because as the future goes, the only way to put energy into the system at night off solar is better. I just want to share that.
Thank you, and I'm gonna look into that, but we do anticipate that sometime in the next probably. Really by 2030, the state's gonna preempt, you know what that means? They're gonna tell it, they're gonna probably take away our ability to regulate that fall, but I will look into that.
Hopefully we can do, hopefully we do our ability to get people to change that. Because we're never going to natural gas. I mean, especially someone in their situation.
Anyone else like to speak? No. That being said, we'll make a motion to close the meeting. Second, all in favor?
Can I just say one thing? Sorry, I want to give an update about the Spark Deck.
Oh, yeah, please.
Exciting news. So
When the meeting back up, man?
No, it's a good enough.
it's an announcement. So, all of the water feature elements were, installed Monday. Concrete was poured last week. We tested the water features yesterday. There's just one that is left to, we have to finish. We laid sidewalk yesterday and today. We're gonna start tomorrow with the sidewalk. So it's moving along, really close to completion. The problem is that we can't let people on this side right now. So stay tuned, but I'm very optimistic that before the next meeting, we will start. So quite possible that we're trying to do something.
How's the playground?
Oh, yeah.
That won't come until later. We started the sub-days work, so it started, but the contractor who put in the spike pad will be doing the playground, but he left today. They're putting in a playground at the school district in Syracuse, and then coming back and putting in our playground as well.
The water.
The bucket, this was the first person to get dumped on right there, yeah.
Thank you very much, everyone.